How many crimes get reported to you?
Well, it varies. I would say on average during term time it's about 20 a month. But it varies from, as you saw in the stats earlier, from year to year and from the time of the year that we're actually in.
And how many of those crimes reported are serious crimes, such as muggings?
Muggings, we have very few. On campus, I think we only had one for this year. Serious crimes we don't have. They're very far between, but we don't have many.
Have you experienced any crime on campus?
Yes, I have. About 3 weeks ago on Friday, we came back from our mid-vac. I took a taxi on the way home, and my wallet was stolen from me from one of the people in the taxi.
So, were you mugged on campus?
It was while we were getting out by Leo Marquardt, so I think technically where we were was on campus.
What did you do afterwards you were mugged?
We went straight to the Burnage, which is the building where we were mugged about 10 meters away from, which is the CPS place below campus.
So do you think CPS is doing a good job with the crime situation on campus?
I feel that there are people that are doing a good job. Like, I remember when I was walking to Rondebosch, someone confronted me like very aggressively for money, and the CPS guy like immediately reacted, called him over and stuff, and that way it was good. But I think there are some people in the chain that are not doing their job properly. Some people in the chain that are causing miscommunications up the link to where it needs to be.
What do you think about crime on campus?
Crime? There isn't crime on campus. I mean, not that I know of. Okay, there is a lot of crime.
Is it in your interest to catch the criminal, or do you rather focus on crime prevention?
It's definitely in our interest to catch the perpetrators, but also crime prevention is part of it. Rather prevent the crime from happening than to do a damage control afterwards. So we'll do the crime prevention as well as catching the perpetrators.
Crime on campus, do you think it's an issue?
Definitely. I never used to think it was an issue. But definitely the more I talk about, the more stories I hear, it's coming across as a big issue. Yeah.
So what stories did you hear?
I've heard stories of people being mugged, just like little things getting stolen, stuff like that. Not big things, but petty theft and stuff, which in the end actually amounts to quite a lot of money that's been stolen.
Have you ever been a victim of theft or crime in any way?
I had my BlackBerry stolen in one of my lectures, and I discovered the girl who stole it was one of my classmates who I actually knew and spoke to, and she'd been using my phone, and when I discovered that it was my phone, I asked for it back, and she obviously told me like a lie about where she found it, but she did give it back to me in the end because I guess the confrontation kind of scared her.
So you didn't report this crime to CPS or anything?
I didn't report it to anyone.
You can't leave your stuff unattended. We have I think it's a challenge. We have an open campus, not like the other university where they have one gate in and out. You can get to the university by on foot, by car, by bus. So it makes it quite easy for us. Vulnerable, but I think the university would like to have it that way, have it open, place. But it's a challenge for us. You can't, it's difficult managing it. If you have a perimeter, it's easy. You just cover the gates, but it's not an easy process. And I think also the other thing about our cameras as well. We have installed over the years a number of CCTV cameras. We also assist CPS to see things that's suspicious on the campus itself.
Like maybe when you're staying in race, that is when crime. Like you can't leave your door open and you can just like carry your laptop. Even when you go to the study rooms, you have to be extra careful. Like when you go to eat to the dining hall, you have to carry your laptop.
Two phones in like the dining room. Which is, it wasn't a fancy phone, but someone actually went there and they're like, I want this phone, like really.
What crime did you experience on campus?
Well, last Sunday they broke into my room. I had a combination lock on, and someone in our raise decided it would be a good idea to break into my room and rearrange my stuff for me.
Was anything stolen?
My ID was missing, one of my shirts. Yeah, that's about it.
So in your eyes, this is a crime, not just a funny joke.
Well, I would have taken it as a joke if they didn't vandalize my room in a certain manner, and they did it 2 days in a row. And if it was a prank, then I think my friends would have come out and said something.
What exactly does CPS do to ensure safety of students on campus?
Well, they'll do their general patrols, making areas safe, confronting any trespassers or anybody that can be alleged to be a trespasser. But the idea is to confront in the sense that they'll ask them for their student card, what their business is on campus. And if the answer or the response is not good enough, they'll actually bring him down to the CPS office at Bernard's and put him through the books.
What do you think about crime on campus?
I think it's an abomination.
Why?
It's ridiculous that we have crime on campus. I mean, for all the money that we pay with CPS and all, and we still have crime on campus. I mean, that's actually a very good question. How often do you see CPS actually? I hardly ever see CPS and all the money that we pay, and we still have crime on campus. I think it's an abomination actually.
If people are negligent with their phones and their laptops and so, is it still CPS responsibility?
But that depends. Actually, I don't know, because the thing is, have you ever been in the library and you've been working in the library and then you leave your laptop in the library and you go for a smoke or something like that, and then wouldn't it be odd if you came back and your laptop was gone? I mean, don't you think that if my stuff is in the library, it should be secure?
Do you think this is right, that you can be mugged on campus, on a Blue Route, where it is monitored?
Yes, definitely. Especially if there aren't any members of CPS to help you, to walk down with you. Because even that Saturday afternoon, I didn't see one person, one member of CPS. So I walked down on my own, thinking, no, it's fine, it's in the afternoon, I'll be safe. But I didn't see anybody to walk down with. And most of the times, when young ladies are looking for members of CPS, they can't find them when they have to walk down late at night. So that's a problem, because you don't feel safe on campus even.
So when you were mugged, did you use the intercom system of the Blue Route?
Unfortunately, I didn't, because I had to rush for a performance. But in hindsight, looking back, I realized that I should have done that immediately. So that's a lesson that I'll learn if I'm in that situation next time.
The way CPS handled this situation, do you think it was handled in the right way?
To be honest, I think they were a little apathetic. Maybe it's because they're used to hearing so many, used to hearing so many incidents being reported of muggings and things like that. But even when I went there and I told them and I reported it, they were very apathetic, to be honest. So,
in your opinion, is crime becoming an increasingly bigger problem on campus?
Crime is not becoming a bigger problem, but where crimes of negligence is concerned, it is on the increase. If we can eliminate our negligence, where we said earlier on leaving bags unattended, leaving keys in the boot, that type of thing, we can actually reduce the crime even further. Where everybody just takes ownership and responsibility of their own property. That would change our stats drastically.